What's up, guys? We are back with another episode of The Slap, which is Situations, Life, Answers, and Purpose. Today, we are going to be talking about who is the best player in the NBA. I'm CJ Johnson.
This is not even a discussion.
Greatness coach, Chris Johnson. And I guess we just going to get get straight into it. So, who do you think the best player in the NBA is right now, currently?
Well, currently, so it's tricky.
Okay.
Now, if we're talking about the best player, regardless of, I guess, team success, it's LeBron James. I mean, what can you say to that? I mean, you can't take it away from him.
Okay.
You know,
that's actually a fair assumption. I would say LeBron is definitely top five. Definitely top five. He's not
Top
one,
five.
but he's definitely top five.
You said he's not one?
Yeah, currently he's definitely top five, but he's not one.
Okay, who's one?
Who's right now? I'd say we're talking about now. This is gonna be a hot take, y'all. It's gonna be a very hot take. I'd say right now, the two that I'm stuck between is Steph Curry.
Steph, you can't. Yeah, I mean that's fair. That's fair.
Steph Curry. All right, now this one's gonna be hot, and I already know somebody gonna be on my back about this. James Harden.
No.
James Harden.
No.
And here's why.
No.
KD has been out, and James Harden has led that team to a probably, if I looked it up correctly last time, to a 10-3 record without Kevin Durant.
Let me tell you what's so disrespectful. I like the way you guys all disrespect Kyrie Irving. I mean, you Kevin Durant has been out. Do we forget Kyrie is on that team?
He's top 10.
And can get you 20 to 30 at any time?
He's top 10.
He's what?
He's top 10.
But how are we gonna give James Harden all of this credit when Kyrie is still on the team?
Kyrie doesn't really pass the ball, but James Harden will give you a triple-double every night.
So if Kyrie doesn't really pass the ball, how is James Harden getting those points?
He has teammates around that are other than Kyrie Irving. They have Joe Harris, a great shooter off the bench.
Who?
Or actually, he starts, actually. That's my bad joke.
Who?
If you're watching this, I'm sorry. But he starts, actually. Joe Harris, he'll get you
Never
20
heard
a
of
game.
him.
20. You got to watch the game.
Never heard of him.
That white man can shoot.
Well, listen.
He can shoot.
Now, Joe Harris can. I think I know who you're talking about now. I was being facetious when I said I never heard of him. But, I mean, you take Kyrie off the team, Kevin Durant off the team. Can James Harden pull the team by himself?
Yes. And he proved it with the Rockets.
What did he prove with the Rockets?
He made it to the second round. round.
Did he win the championship?
No.
Okay.
But could LeBron
has he won any championship?
Could LeBron win without AD?
I'm glad we're having this conversation because he
if
did
you look at it.
Hold on. Did you say could he win without AD? Did it 3 times without AD?
Yeah, but also with Kyrie Irving.
So now okay.
Kevin Love,
I'm glad we're going
Dwayne
here.
Wade.
I'm glad we're going here.
Chris Bosh.
So now
Ray Allen.
So now we're giving Kyrie his props when he's playing with LeBron, but we can't give him his props when he's at Brooklyn.
No, I gave him his props. I told you he's already a top 10 player in the league right now.
Kyrie is?
Yeah.
Okay, so now this brings us to another discussion. We're talking about the best player. How can if these guys aren't winning championships and they're jumping teams like this? I hear what you're going to say. LeBron started it and he did all of that, but LeBron goes to teams that weren't winning and he builds championship teams out of them. And
so, what happened to LeBron the first year he was with the Lakers?
The first year he was with the Lakers.
Yep.
They were
without
rebuilding.
AD.
They were rebuilding.
Oh, so now they're rebuilding. Now they're rebuilding.
What were they? What they were rebuilding?
Did they make the playoffs?
No.
Oh, okay. So you're saying LeBron can win without AD, but didn't make the playoffs?
I'm saying LeBron.
Could LeBron carry that team?
I'm saying LeBron has proven that he can win without AD at other teams.
Okay. Yeah, with other superstars. Right. Correct.
With those other superstars needed him as well.
Correct.
Name me one NBA team, besides like Golden State when their first championship that didn't have superstars, more than one superstar. Name me one.
The 08, 09 Lakers.
The 08, 09 Lakers that won a championship?
Yep.
Who was on the team?
Kobe Bryant. That's about it.
Are you serious?
If we're gonna say
Paul
Paul
Gasol?
Gasol,
And Lamar Odom? Why is this disrespectful?
they're superstars
Lamar Odom was a superstar.
in
Yes.
09.
Here's the thing. People don't give Lamar Odom credit. He was one of the first. I know you got the Greek Freak now. I know you got Kevin Durant now. Lamar Odom was one of the first 7-footers who was running point guard. He was one of the first. He doesn't get a whole lot of credit because when he came from the Clippers, he didn't really have a good team around him. And he goes to the Lakers, and he's one of the first 7-footers. If you go back and watch that season, Lamar Odom ran point guard most of the time. And he was going to get you a consistent 18 and 10 every single night. We disrespect Lamar Odom. Go back and check it.
I think that was his downgrade years though, because I'm pretty sure Derek Fisher was running the point at that time.
Derek Fisher, listen, when they went to the bench, Lamar Odom was running the point. Many times during the game, he would finish the game running the point. Lamar Odom was one of the first to do it. Now the game has evolved, but he hardly ever gets credit because he was on teams that weren't very good. He was on that Clippers team that wasn't very good. And then he goes to L.A., and you put Kobe at a 2, and you have Lamar inverting the court like that. You can't discredit Pau Gasol and Kobe Bryant. Pau Gasol and Lamar Odom on that Lakers championship team. They were superstars in their own regard.
So you're okay. So I guess this is the point I'm trying to get at.
Okay.
So you're telling me a Lamar Odom and a Pau Gasol is equivalent to a Chris Bosh and a Dwayne Wade.
I'm telling you, a Lamar Odom and a Pau Gasol with a Kobe Bryant equaled a championship.
Okay.
Crickets.
There is no crickets. So you're telling me a Lamar Odom is equal to a Dwayne Wade. So you're telling me Lamar Odom's a superstar like Dwayne Wade.
I'm telling you that Lamar Odom in his prime, yes, was a superstar like Dwayne Wade.
Y'all heard it.
Yes, you did hear it.
Y'all heard it.
You heard it.
So you're telling me a Pau Gasol was a Chris Bosh.
How many championships did Lamar Odom and Pau Gasol win with Kobe Bryant?
2.
How many championships did Dwayne Wade win?
3.
And he won 2 with LeBron, and he won 1 with Shaq.
Okay.
Right?
Well, LeBron and Chris Bosh and Ray Allen. Okay.
But he was a support. He was a support to the main superstar.
Okay.
What?
I wouldn't
did
go
Dwayne Wade
so
win?
far as say support.
Did he win any championships before Shaq got there?
That's when Shaq was on the downgrade.
Did he win any championships?
Shaq was booty, like bad. 2006.
Okay, but Shaq came in and got him a championship.
Okay.
Did he not?
He did.
Okay.
He did.
I mean, so we the double standard is what I'm saying. The double standard that we have when it comes to LeBron James is just not fair.
So when KD does it, it's a problem. But when LeBron does
when KD does what?
When he goes to a team with not so much as superstars as far as Kyrie Irving, that's when Stephen Curry actually was becoming a superstar. But Klay Thompson's not really a superstar. He's an elite player, but he's not a superstar.
CJ.
He's not a superstar.
CJ, listen to me. They had won 2 championships before KD got there.
Okay.
So I don't care what you're saying about superstar. They had won 2 championships, And Kevin, that's just like if we're in the gym, right, and we're doing a pickup game,
Okay.
and you're supposed to be one of the dogs on the court when you walk in the gym. That's like you going and saying, I want to be on the team that just won 3 in a row.
That's what LeBron's doing.
No, that's not what LeBron said. LeBron left the Cleveland Cavaliers after he, by the way, led them to the finals his 4th year in the league or so. And then he leaves and then he leaves the Cleveland Cavaliers after they lost. You're right, they did lose. Then he goes to the Miami Heat, a team that wasn't together yet. And he goes there
and brings every superstar known to man in.
You guys, y'all kill me when you say
Every
LeBron brought him. How did LeBron bring him?
We know that LeBron is the general manager of every team that he goes to. 100%.
Has he not earned that?
100%.
Has he not earned that, though? Even if that's true, has he not earned it?
Oh, he's earned it.
Why don't they quit letting him win?
He don't be winning, though.
But everybody, what does he do then?
He's like forever in the finals.
Okay, so here's another question. And I brought this up the other day.
And I'm not a LeBron hater, y'all, because I believe
it's what it sounds like. It is exactly what it sounds like.
Because it sounds like I have LeBron hate. But
yes, it's exactly
here's the thing. I believe that LeBron has the best career in NBA history. Hot take. Another one.
Well, here's what I'm saying. Look, everybody's gonna say Jordan was, and by the way, for us to be having this conversation, it's mighty funny to me how everybody wants to say LeBron, and then in the same breath say LeBron is not the GOAT. Then why y'all keep bringing him up?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. LeBron is the GOAT.
Well, I'm not going to go as far as saying he's the GOAT, okay? But I will say that when you talk about the players to being called the GOAT, your Michaels, your Kobe's, LeBron's, Kareem, Wilt, Magic, those players like that with those one-namers, you could put LeBron in that argument, right? But what I'm saying is people disrespect LeBron by bringing up his record in the finals. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Because and his teammates.
And
his teammates.
Well,
that he lost
if you're going to bring up his record in the finals, how many teams is there in the NBA?
32.
32.
31, maybe. 32, yeah.
How many championships is there at the end of the year?
Technically 3. But
there's 3 championships?
Conference and
No. How many championships are there at the end of the year? 1. So if I don't win the championship,
you're a loser.
I'm a loser, right? It didn't count, right? How many years was Jordan in the league?
15.
15 years. He was 6-0 in the finals.
Correct.
So does the years that he didn't even make the finals not count? Does the years that he didn't even go to the championship not count?
I don't understand.
Well, if he was in the league 15 years, okay. He went to the finals 6 of those years, and he's 6-0. So really, his record is 9-6,
or 6-9, but okay,
or 6-9.
So right? Basically, what you're saying, you're calling both LeBron and Jordan a loser.
No.
By that logic, that's what you're calling.
That's not what. Because I'm saying is if we're gonna bring up the fact that LeBron's playoff record, or if we're gonna bring, we have to consider the whole record. If I don't even go to the NBA Finals, if I don't even play in the playoffs, if I don't even make it, does that not count?
So by that logic, you're saying since Jordan made it to the finals 6 times and LeBron's made it how many times? Probably about 12. He's
been in there how many times?
Probably 12.
Ooh, that's a lot.
So you're saying LeBron's better than Jordan by that logic?
I'm not saying LeBron is better than Jordan.
Because he made it.
What I'm saying is when we disqualify LeBron just because he lost in the finals that many times, but then we're trying to say that he's got a losing record in the finals. Well, what I'm saying is Jordan has a losing record too, if we consider the fact the years that he didn't even make it to the playoffs.
Okay, but he's a closer. Once he gets there,
There's no argument. Listen, I'm an MJ fan. I think Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time. You can't.
acceptable.
I mean that's just me.
Statistically,
That's just me. I think he's the greatest player of all times. He played in the era where there was a hand check. The rules were much different.
a bunch of mailmen. Okay,
With a what?
mailmen and janitors. That's what he played.
Oh
with.
my gosh. Oh my gosh. You're saying that, and I'm going to excuse that because you're saying that just simply because you did not watch basketball.
So you're telling me Christian? I don't even remember his name, to be honest.
Leitner. You're talking about Christian
can
Leitner.
guard Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Who can guard Giannis? Who?
You can. All you got to do is
Who?
step back from the free throw line.
Who can guard him?
Anybody.
What I'm saying is, in that NBA, it would have been a little bit more challenging for him as a big man because they could put hands on him. They can't touch him now. So he can stand out there at 7 foot and shoot fadeaways. He can drive, and you got to think about it. If I can hand check the Greek Freak at the top of the key, and Shaq sitting down there in the paint, that's a little bit tougher.
Yeah, Shaq's top 5 greatest of all time.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like he wouldn't be bullying everybody like that in that league. So so when we're talking about the greatest player, and you guys get me when we start pulling guys out of their eras and stuff like that, because basketball is just simply different. I mean, can these guys play with? The question is, can those guys play in today's NBA? Well, can today's NBA play with those guys?
Most definitely.
They're
more skilled. Most definitely.
What you mean they're more skilled?
Today's NBA, almost anybody can shoot. Almost anybody can be creative in the way they finish. Whereas back in the day, they weren't really as creative with the moves and the dribbling and ball handling and all that. They're not really as much as creative. Whereas today's NBA, they've read the rules. They know what the rules are. They actually work their way around the rules as far as that.
I can give you that to a certain extent. They are more skilled per position, but what I'm saying is it would be tougher per position in this NBA because they could play better team defense. They could play better individual defense because when you can hand check a guy and get body on him out at the top of the key, then it's a little tougher for all these driving lanes they have today where guys just can't touch them.
It's true.
So when we're talking about the greatest player, a guy that can play, no doubt Greek Freak, and he's going to get his no matter what era he's playing in because he's skilled and he's big and he can be both. I think what's the guys from the 76ers? Embiid. I think the same thing. He's a skilled big man. He's got good footwork, but he can be physical. Some of the other big men. I think Zion would do well. He's young now. He's up and coming, but I think because he's physical, he can drive and he loves the contact. But some of these guys, man. All this dribbling and crossing over and stepping back and all of this, when you got a guy hand checking you, a lot of that is going out of the window.
Okay.
I mean, that's just now Steph Curry, he's shooting threes so deep. Guys like Dame Lillard, they're not going to hand check or be all out that close. And I mean, you can't stop a cat shooting threes from the logo. That's just
Skill.
weird. That's just weird.
Great skill. So transitioning from that, who do you think will win the finals this year?
See, the West is so tough. Until somebody chins them, until somebody dethrones them, I gotta go with the Lakers. I think Kyrie and James Harden and KD when you have to go a 7-game series and you can game plan those guys, they got to be good for 7 games, potentially. I think they start breaking down.
See, that's
because everybody's gonna want the ball.
That's the thing, though. They play the most ISO ball in NBA history, but it works. It works though.
It's working now.
But you can't really game plan for that, is what I'm saying. They got so many scorers on the court. You can't really game plan for that. Somebody has an off night. Somebody else going to pick up the slack. They can't all have an off night.
Then how are they? How many games have they lost?
With all 3 of them?
Yeah.
2.
So then it's possible.
It's not possible.
Well, they lost.
They just gave up too many points. That's what happened.
I mean, so it is possible.
They didn't have no off night. They just gave up too many points.
Well, hey, we're in the playoffs. That's left to be seen. That's left to be seen in the playoffs. We've not seen, like you said, in NBA history, a team with 3 individual scores like that. I think that, to me, now I think that's soft, but hey, it is what it is. They all on the same team. But that's what you guys do in this generation.
Chris Bosh, LeBron James.
Yeah, who was Chris Bosh when he went? So now you're gonna tell me Chris Bosh was an all-star, but Lamar Odom wasn't?
Yes.
What's the difference between Chris Bosh and Lamar Odom?
10 more points.
You want me to tell you another difference?
4 more rebounds.
Lamar Odom has 2 rings.
So does Chris Bosh. Like what?
Oh, he does?
Yes.
Well, Chris Bosh, he didn't have those rings until he got with LeBron. Just like Lamar Odom didn't have his rings until he got with Kobe. So they equal each other out. They're the same player.
I don't know what kind of logic that was.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What kind of logic was it?
Because Chris Bosh was an all-star before Lamar. Before LeBron.
Lamar Odom was an all-star.
Not before Kobe.
Yes, he was.
Not before Kobe.
Okay. Well, even before or after Kobe, he was still an all-star, just like Pau Gasol was. Now, Pau Gasol was an all-star when he was playing for Memphis.
That's true. It's true.
I mean, it's the same thing, man.
But was he a superstar, though?
He was a superstar. Listen, everybody. This has been a situational. This has been one of our situational podcasts. We're talking about this is how we carry on at the house every week. So we thought, hey, we come on today and have this discussion about who the best player in the NBA is and who was going to win the finals. So, hey, man, when the Lakers win this thing, it's gonna be sad at this house for some people when the Lakers win it. But I gotta stay Lakers fan.
Go Brooklyn. Go Brooklyn.
That's the that's what they do. It's the new let's jump on the bandwagon trend. Everybody goes and plays on the best team and or try to make it the best team, but Brooklyn has not proven anything. Miami Heat.
2013.
Well, okay. So anyway, this has been another episode of The Slap, everybody. And so, man, if you like what we're doing, man, just subscribe to the channel right now. And you can hit us both up at www.cajohnson.org. And yeah.
Yep.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Until next time, everybody, this has been an episode of The Slap. And go Lakers.